Good evening, and welcome to your AIDailyPress evening podcast for June 7, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We have a few updates to share with you tonight. Firstly, we've been following the situation in Armenia, where elections are underway, and the country is weighing its options between Russia and the West. The outcome of these elections will have significant implications for Armenia's relationships with its neighbors and the global community. In other news, President Donald Trump has defended his administration's proposed anti-weaponization fund, which aims to provide financial compensation to individuals who claim they were unfairly targeted by law enforcement and prosecuted for their involvement in the January 6 Capitol attack. This issue continues to be a contentious one, with critics arguing that the fund is a thinly veiled attempt to reward and embolden individuals who participated in the violent insurrection. Closer to home, UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has announced that he will fight any leadership contest amid growing speculation about his future as Labour Party leader. This comes after Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham announced his intention to enter the contest, should he win the upcoming Makerfield by-election on June 18th. The situation is complex, with multiple candidates potentially throwing their hats into the ring, setting the stage for a contentious and potentially divisive leadership battle. We'll continue to bring you updates and insights on these stories as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. We're summarizing the key stories from our recent reports. First, we covered the visit of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un to Russia, where he met with President Vladimir Putin. The meeting has yielded some positive outcomes, including improved living standards for the North Korean people, but it remains uncertain whether Kim will use his enhanced diplomatic footing to re-engage with the U.S. We also reported on the escalating violence in the West Bank, where Israeli settlers have been attacking Palestinian communities, prompting international condemnation and calls for action. The European Union has imposed sanctions on Israeli settlers and organizations that support them, citing the expansion of illegal settlements as a significant obstacle to peace. In our most recent report, we covered the disturbing news of a Russian drone striking a nuclear fuel facility near the Chernobyl power plant in Ukraine. The attack has sparked widespread concern about potential risks to nuclear safety, and the International Atomic Energy Agency is sending experts to assess the damage. We urge all parties involved to prioritize nuclear safety and avoid actions that could put innocent lives at risk. These stories highlight the complexity and sensitivity of global conflicts, and we will continue to provide updates and insights as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. As we review the top stories from around the world, it's clear that geopolitics and economic trends are dominating the headlines. Firstly, in our previous broadcasts, we've been following the challenging landscape of emerging markets, where elevated inflation, fiscal concerns, and robust economic growth have contributed to higher long-term rates. Investors remain cautious, closely monitoring developments in countries such as China, India, Chile, Hungary, Mexico, and the Czech Republic as they await key inflation readings and GDP figures. In another part of the world, Peru's presidential election has been making waves, with voters choosing between two candidates with vastly different views on crime, corruption, and economic policies. The outcome is expected to be tight, and we urge all parties involved to ensure a free and fair election, prioritizing the safety and well-being of the Peruvian people. Lastly, the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia continues to escalate, with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky meeting with European leaders to secure further assistance for Ukraine. The recent drone attack on St. Petersburg has demonstrated Ukraine's growing ability to strike deep within Russian territory, while Russian President Vladimir Putin's rejection of direct talks suggests that the conflict is far from over. As we look ahead to the coming week, investors and policymakers alike will be keeping a close eye on these developments, seeking to navigate the complex web of global events. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Lewis. First, we delved into the world of Intuitive Machines, a company making waves in the space sector. Despite a recent pullback, analysts believe the fundamentals are still strong, with significant contracts and acquisitions driving growth. We explored the numbers behind their story and what it might mean for investors and the broader space industry. Next, we navigated the vast expanse of our galaxy to explore a groundbreaking discovery at the heart of the Milky Way. Scientists have detected powerful winds blowing from the supermassive black hole, Sagittarius A, providing valuable insights into its dynamics and surroundings. This finding is a testament to human curiosity and our drive to understand the cosmos. Lastly, we reflected on the importance of scientific literacy and ongoing research in astronomy and astrophysics. By pushing the boundaries of knowledge, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the universe and our place within it. As Carl Starman once said, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known." Tonight, we caught a glimpse of that something incredible, reminding us that the universe is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we looked at the latest updates on the international football friendlies, where Denmark narrowly beat Ukraine and Croatia dominated Slovenia. We also touched on Spain's preparations for the World Cup being affected by an injury to their defender, William Saliba, and the U.S. team gearing up to face Paraguay in an upcoming friendly. In our second story, we focused on the upcoming FIFA World Cup, which promises to be a spectacle like no other. We discussed Lionel Messi's precautionary absence from Argentina's pre-World Cup friendly match due to muscle fatigue and a mild hamstring strain, as well as the tournament's projected revenues of $11 billion and the complexities involved in hosting such a major event. Lastly, we reflected on the broader social, economic, and cultural contexts in which the World Cup is played, highlighting the intricate web of interests, investments, and ideologies that underpin this global spectacle. We reminded our listeners to look beyond the scoreboard and consider the stories, struggles, and triumphs of the players, fans, and communities involved. Good night, and let the drama of athletic competition unfold. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we explored the fascinating world of art conservation with a story about the meticulous process of restoring and preserving priceless artifacts. Unfortunately, this was not one of our main topics today, but it is an area we will explore in more depth soon. In our first article, we delved into the intricate world of international politics, focusing on the elections in Peru and the protests in Bolivia. These events underscore the deep-seated desires of the people for stability, security, and a better future. We recognized the complexity of these issues and committed to providing balanced perspectives that respect the diversity of opinions within these nations. In our second article, we examined a significant development within the Federal Bureau of Investigation, where at least 5 analysts were fired over an internal intelligence memo exploring connections between violent extremists and radical traditionalist Catholic ideology. Despite findings of no malicious intent, the firings have sparked concern about a culture of fear within the agency and potential blind spots in threat assessment. These stories remind us of the resilience and determination of individuals striving for a better tomorrow, whether through democratic processes or the pursuit of national security. They also highlight the importance of balanced reporting and the need for thoughtful, inclusive solutions to complex problems. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, music sensation. Olivia Rodrigo is making waves with her new single, but we also saw a resurgence of classic hits from the king of pop, Michael Jackson, dominating the Billboard R&B streaming songs chart. His iconic singles like Rock With You and Billie Jean are still going strong, proving his legacy endures. In theater news, it's Broadway's biggest night, the 79th Tony Awards. Hosted by pop star Pink, the ceremony promises to be a wild ride with performances from nominated musicals like The Lost Boys Schmigadoon and special anniversary performances from Chicago and the Book of Mormon. We're also honoring theater legends Andre Bishop, Jules Fisher, and James Lapine with Lifetime Achievement Awards. And finally, we got the scoop on Olivia Rodrigo's music and Michael Jackson's chart-topping comeback, as well as the Tony Awards nominees and performers. It's going to be an amazing night, and we'll be cheering on all the talented performers and winners. Stay fabulous, and we'll catch you in the next podcast. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we explored the concept of personality in animals, where a recent study revealed that genetics play a significant role in shaping an animal's personality, but environmental factors and biological non-genetic influences also contribute. This discovery has profound implications for our understanding of the animal kingdom and encourages us to reevaluate our relationship with the creatures that share our planet. Secondly, we delved into the world of evolutionary biology, where Dr. Bell discussed how acknowledging animal personality requires a dual shift in perspective, recognizing ourselves as less exceptional and seeing animals as more complex than previously believed. Lastly, we examined the troubling comeback of the screwworm, a parasitic fly that has begun to spread northward from Central America, causing significant economic losses and raising ethical concerns. The proposed solution involves mass-producing sterile screwworms, but also sparks a debate about genetic modification and species eradication, prompting us to balance our moral responsibility to prevent suffering with the potential unforeseen consequences of altering ecosystems. These stories remind us of the importance of empathy, understanding, and our responsibility to protect and preserve the delicate balance of our ecosystem. We'll continue to follow these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.